Hey, Nneka, good morning and good luck today.
You Raz.
Yes, yes. I wanted to ask a family question first. It's a two-part question. First one is, what do you feel that you can lean on the court with Chanae, and what do you feel that she can lean on to get from you when you guys share the court together?
Yeah, I think that, you we played together. I don't think you didn't play with Chine though, but um when it comes to me being on the court with I know I can lean on her effort always. Like she's always gonna give her best. And I'm hoping that she can lean on me to know that I'm also gonna give her my best. And also to, in us both figuring each other out in this new team, I'm hoping that we can also continue to make each other students of the game, and all of our teammates better. But most definitely, the effort, without a doubt, is something that we can each lean on each other for. And I also know that she's going to work hard on defense and on the O boards.
And Nneka, a follow-up, because I've been following both of your careers and playing with for so many years. I remember back in the day, they used to say, she was the fire and you were the ice. Has that changed at all or evolved a little bit, or does that hold true to this day?
I think that we've evolved within those characteristics. So most certainly still she is the fire and I'm the ice. But I think there are moments when we intertwine and it really becomes fun and beautiful to watch and play.
Thank you.
Thanks, Roz. We'll go to Tukni Nguyen with the LA Times.
Hi, Nneka. Arella's had a strange training camp, having been delayed and things like that. But what have you seen from her so far of what she's gotten to do? And after she made the cut yesterday, what do you hope she can bring to this team and really this league in the future?
Yeah, we had a lot of great rookie showing in our camps, and I'm glad that she was able to make it through and obviously eventually make the team. I think that even with her limited time with us, it speaks to the skill that she offers. And I look forward to seeing how she grows through that, especially with so many players to learn from. We have one of the younger groups that we've had in a while. So I look forward to seeing how she and Jazz really evolve in terms of basketball IQ.
Rashawn Haylock with Spectrum Sportsnet.
Hey, Nneka.
Hi.
You mentioned how last year was just so tough for you. Fish talked about, with there being just one game per week, using this maybe as sort of an extended training camp per se. How do you think that can benefit you all as you continue to try to come together?
Oh, I mean, I think that's huge. Since I've been a Spark, that's kind of how our first 2 weeks has always been. We would have one game or two, in a matter of like 2 weeks. And so it is definitely an extension of what we've been building on. And for us to be able to get some real live game action in the middle of us continuing to build this foundation will be incredibly helpful, especially for newcomers of this team.
Time for two more. We'll go to Chris and then with John.
Hey, Nneka, how are you this morning?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. It was kind of a big week for you. You were on the cover of Slam Magazine, of course, with some other WNBA greats, as well as the poster for Space Jam 2 coming out. I just wanted to get your comments. Well, first, your reaction on it. And two, how is this key into promoting the brand of women's basketball and specifically the WNBA? And how do you feel about being sort of at the center of that?
Oh man. Well, first, the Slam cover was really fun. It was a fun few days. We actually were able to get together and have like a COVID safe mini camp, the four of us. And I needed it. It was fantastic. You train so much on your own in the off season, and we had USA camps, which were great as well. But for us to be able to just get like real raw work in and also kind of hang out with each other, with players, Sky I've been old friends with for a while, but with like Sue and Dee, who I've really become friends with over time, it was really kind of like a dream come true. And I'm glad that we were able to represent the beginning of such a monumental season with that cover. And then, of course, with Nneka out there now, I'm hoping that everyone is as excited as I am with it. You know, it's just such an honor to be a part of a new legacy, both, you know, in entertainment and in the real world. And I'm just excited. I don't really know if there's any other way to describe how honored I am to be a part of it, but we're certainly still on the front end of women's sports and women's basketball, really making a boom in this world, and I'm happy to be a part of any forward movement.
John, last question.
Good morning, Nneka. I was wondering if you could just wax a little bit for me about, you know, how important the concept of pace will be on and off the court for you and this team this season.
I think that's going to be, you know, kind of something we hang our hat on when it comes to pace, you know, and that's on both ends of the ball. You know, I'm really excited to see how, you know, the energy that's been in camp, how it'll manifest in the game. And it's something that Fish has spoken about for a while, and it's starting to come to fruition. And I think it'll just be fun to watch. It's definitely fun to play, but pace with patience is really my goal for the team.
Thank you so much, Nneka. Arella Guirantes will be next.
Hello.
All right, media. Hey, Arella, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. All right, media, thank you for joining. You just heard from Nneka Ogwumike, and now we have Arella Guirantes. We'll start with Ross Golden-Wude with Spectrum Sportsnet.
Hey, Arella, how are you? Good luck today.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask, you know, given the fact that you kind of had to join the team late and you wanted to make the squad, was the process, how much pressure did you feel in the process in showcasing, you know, your best self?
I would just have to say, like, it was more off the court pressure than on the court. You know, I've been playing basketball for a long time, not as long as some other people, but, you know, I've been playing basketball for a while, and I believe in the body of work I've put in, and I was confident coming in between those lines. I think just handling everything off the court was a little stressful for me, making sure I was good to go and I had everything taken care of.
What are the skill sets that you feel most confident in that you think are going to translate to the pro level for you?
I think my offensive skill set will be very helpful, and just the way I can pick things up really fast. Talking to coaches and, you know, not being here for majority of training camp, I think coming in as confident as I was, I picked up on a lot of things quickly, and I think the coach has seen that. So being able to just translate stuff very fast on the court will be helpful.
Thanks, Roz. We'll go to Rashawn Haylock, also with Spectrum Sportsnet.
Hey, Arella.
Hi.
Take me through the last couple of weeks. Like, what was the most challenging part for you? How were you able to overcome that? And then, you know, the realization that you made the club, you know, what was that like as well?
I would say the most challenging part for me was, like I said before, the off the court stuff, the protocols, just hearing no all the time. I was just so excited, like yesterday, to hear a yes. And it was like a breakthrough for me. Just continue to battle mentally while hearing no, and just being shot down a couple times, especially, you know, after draft night. Just, you know, I think everything kind of went down on a spiral, but I'm a firm believer of my faith, and everything happens for a reason. So I wasn't going to let that break the body of work that I put in, or my confidence coming into this training camp.
And so much talk about your offensive skill set, but defensively, how much pride do you take in that end of the floor? And what are some traits that you think will carry over on that side of the floor that allow you to have success?
Yeah, defense. I take so much pride in defense. I want to make sure I'm doing the right things. I want to make sure I'm in help all the time, and just making it as hard as possible for others to score on me. So I take a lot of pride in defense. I think it's going to be a nice transition for me coming from a team that took pride in defense and a great foundation from Rutgers. So a lot of things transitioned into the pros for me. So I had a lot of great habits coming into the Sparks training camp.
We'll go over to John W. Davis, Winsider.
With everything that you had to deal with off the court and your limited time in LA, do you feel like you earned your spot on this roster?
Absolutely. I think learning from these past couple months, I don't think anything was given to me. Not even some things that I, might have thought I deserved, but I don't think anything was given to me. And that's what makes this process so beautiful for me. And I cherish it and hold it really close because I don't want to feel like that ever again. And feel, like, it could all be taken away. So I do not take these moments for granted. And I definitely earned this spot.
We'll go with one more. Tukanini win with the LA Times.
Arella, when you couldn't come to training camp, when you were kind of caught up in all of the protocols, what were you doing to stay sharp and communicate with the coaches? And so how did that period go for you?
That period was a bunch of helter-skelter stuff. Like I had to, drive to Brooklyn one day to get tested. Like it was just a lot of things. I was just doing anything I could possibly do to get on this court and get to LA at that moment. Like anything I could possibly do. But within those times, I was watching myself. I was watching how I would translate, watching little things that the Sparks was posting, all this stuff, staying engaged, staying in contact with coaches, but also sharpening my skills too. Like I was doing as much as I can on the court, trying to make sure I was prepared coming into training camp.
What kind of conversations did you have with the coaches? What were they telling you while they were waiting for you? And what were you telling them to just hold on, I'm coming?
It was just, I was kind of emphasizing that I wanted to be here because you never know going through text and calls how a person's feeling. It's not face-to-face contact. So I was just making sure I was emphasizing that I want to be here and I'm doing all I can on my side. And I know they were doing all they can on their side. So it was just a process of going through protocols, and we had good conversations talking about just, that basically it wasn't gonna be held against me because a lot of stuff was out of my control. And I'm just glad
Thank you so much, everyone.
A shot.
Thank you.
That's it.